Dear viewers, a very warm welcome to you. You're watching OBN Horn of Africa. This is our weekly program, Talk to OBN show. In this edition, we're going to discuss about works being undergone by Oromia Tourism Commission. I joined by Lelise Duga. We're going to discuss on the matter. Thank you for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me, OBN Horn of Africa, and at this. Yeah.
Okay. Before going dive to our discussion, I would like you to reflect on OTC, Oromia Tourism Commission. Can you tell us a bit about this commission?
Oromia Tourism Commission is a regional organization established by the Oromia National Regional Estate to do marketing and promotion related to tourism resources the region has. And also coordinate some destination development related issues, including tourism investment, tourism zoning, and also identification of the huge tourism resources that the region is endowed with. And it has been 2 years since our operation. We were established in July 2020. We have been operational since then.
All right. Over the past week, starting from August 10 through 13, you hosted Oromia Tourism and Technology Week. Can you again tell us about that exhibition?
Yes, we have had our first Tourism and Technology Week. Probably even the first for the nation, for Ethiopia in general, but for our region, and it was the first Tourism and Technology Week. It had so many parts. The first part was organizing high-level forums involving high-level government officials and also tourism-related practitioners from the sector. So we have had the presence of His Excellency Mr. Asaw, CEO of Ethiopian Airlines Group. We have had state ministers from jobs and skills and other sectors. We were also joined by scholars in the sector, including foreign scholars and practitioners. So it was a very successful forum. We covered topics on tourism in Ethiopian macroeconomy, infrastructure, transport, tourism and regional integration, tourism and the role of media and also creative industries and art, and other very, very pertinent agenda items were discussed during the forum. It was very, very productive. The other part was to do with exhibition, where we have hosted more than 30 different organizations, starting from financial solutions, because the main purpose of the event was also to bring on board organizations who are operating on the technology side, but in relation to tourism. So we have had fintech, financial technologies, we have had hospitality and travel related, both electronic solutions, digital solutions, and also big operators, including Ethiopian Airlines and other big tour and travel companies. We have had some of the best offers Ethiopia has, including coffee. Coffee vendors were there. And it was a very, very successful exhibition, incorporating different technologies, including virtual reality and other game options for people to enjoy. So I think the exhibition was enjoyed by starting from children, adults, and government representatives, business and private sector, and also international communities, and so many ambassadors have visited that. The other part was launching of different events, and we have had partners dinner where we have launched some of the showcases of creative art for tourism, including music and also other art forms. It was a very beautiful event and very successful one.
Okay, the exhibition introspected both tourism and technology, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us the association between this tourism and technology? Why you need to do it simultaneously? Why not separately? Technology week on other day and tourism, you see, on other day too.
Yeah, I think because the two cannot be separated, they cannot be exclusive to each other. They go hand in hand. We live in a digital era, in where the world, you can find the world on a simple platform. We are doing tourism at the time of Google, at the time of different virtual solutions, including virtual reality and others. And also that we have seen the importance of digital solutions, digitalization technology, especially at the time of COVID. You know, the last 2 years has been, the world has changed a lot because of COVID and its impact. But at the same time, creative solutions on travel have emerged out of this challenge. So I think it was very, very fundamental shift in bringing both, because our tourism and technology week has been done right after COVID, where when countries have started opening up, and also the world is talking about the restart of tourism. But at the same time, it is perfectly fit because Ethiopia has launched its digital economy strategy, where our macroeconomy has touched upon tourism and ICT as key pillars.
Okay,
So,
okay. Sorry for the interruption.
it's okay.
You've mentioned about this macroeconomic thing, and the National Macroeconomic Committee has tabled a performance evaluation before a fortnight in the presence of Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. On his remark, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has said, despite the inflation and the political instability in the north, Ethiopia has obtained a very worthwhile economic development, and the tourism, especially in the export and other indicators of macroeconomic things, showed a very tremendous progress in the economy of the nation. And you are one of the stakeholders in this tourism sector. And though your commission acts as regional wise, one way or another, your commission has its own role in boosting the national tourism income or whatever, tourism development economy. Can you tell us, I mean, would you buy what the Prime Minister has said?
Yeah, I think it's true. Yeah, despite all the macroeconomic challenges we have, including conflicts, COVID, and all the media war on Ethiopia, I think somehow we have managed to make a progress. This has to do with our agriculture. This has to do with very wise management of the macroeconomic imbalances, which I am grateful to the team which is responsible for. When it comes to tourism, and I think the biggest realization for the Ethiopian tourism is domestic tourism. We have realized how much, one, because of COVID, number two, because of international tourists not coming into the country. Inbound tourists are very minimal in number, but we have learned that domestic tourism could be the next solution. It could be a very huge economic driver. So I think we have succeeded on the domestic tourism side, regardless of the challenges we have had been. And I agree with macroeconomic assessment, and also I fully agree with what the Prime Minister has stated. So domestic tourism has been one of the key lessons for Ethiopia to focus on in the future. Many countries have done that. China is doing primarily domestic tourism, and United States of America primarily they have their domestic tourism. And for Ethiopia, I think it works. And some of our campaign, if you have observed, Oromia Tourism Commission, Visit Oromia has focused on domestic tourism and local small businesses, including hiking groups and other small businesses, are growing the last 2 years. So, yeah, I agree.
Ethiopia at large and our region, Oromia in particular, have got, endowed with both natural, cultural, and historical resources. But funny enough, the country has never exploited or utilized its resources. We always hear that the country has untapped natural resources, and your commission is embarked aiming at unleashing the untapped natural resource of the region, right? So what are you really doing to fully, correctly employ or utilize the potential that this region has in one way or another to contribute your role to the national tourism economy?
No, thank you. I think, yes, somehow you have touched on some of my response already. In the last 2 years, what we have managed to do is, one, understand, even for ourselves as a new organization, understand and also do a mapping of the resources we have in the region. Be it cultural or and also physical or natural resources. After that, I think what we what we have managed to do is design a campaign strategy to showcase Oromia. It's not only the lack of knowledge or information for people regarding the resources we have in the region, but it's we had to deal with very negative perception on the region. Some factual, but in most cases, very bad perceptions, misunderstanding, and also some very bad media campaign was ongoing on the region. So we had to deal with showing people what the region has, but at the same time addressing perceptions, very wrong perceptions of people. For that, we have had a very successful campaign by Visit Oromia, primarily using social media as a platform. We're on Facebook and other social media platforms. And the other is we have used young people, influential people on familiarization trips. We take them to places, then they tell their own stories. So that had really influenced in shaping perceptions and also increasing awareness about the resources we have. So I think we have managed to do both creating awareness for people to be able to know what we have within our region, and to an extent of shaping behaviors and practices of people. Now people really travel a lot within the region. Now we have shifted our strategy to more targeted marketing, primarily looking at even international marketing like the Middle East and also China market, the China market. We have so many businesses and investments in Oromia. So the Chinese companies and communities in Ethiopia, in Oromia, that's one market. But at the same time, we're looking at China as a very big market for Ethiopia and also for the region, and including Middle East. So we're shifting toward this more international targeted marketing, at the same time working with tour operators, tour guides to promote Oromia.
Personally, you discharge your responsibility in a very versatile way, For example, in a social media campaign, you're, influencing, the community, the people, international audiences, whatever. And many states are still appreciating you as a commissioner of the commission. But is that part of your duty, or you do it as if it's your own task as well?
I think I don't know. This sector needs someone who's very passionate about and someone who understands the sector. I don't want to waste a single minute without talking about Oromia. I think probably that's where my passion and energy comes. I don't want to waste any time at all. Number two, I believe power or authority is very temporary. I'm here for a very short period of time. And also that gives me another reason not to waste any time. And third, the region has so many untold resources, amazing potential, and people have to know about that. So both my corporate engagement and also at personal level, as Lely said, I need to do it.
All right, to add some on it, you have your own role in embarking Oromia Tourism Commission, and you are one of the founding member. You see, you're the first commissioner of the commission, and your name will be associated with this commission in the future as well. And in what way are you going to put your legacy for the coming generation?
Yeah, I think I would consider myself as a successful leader when I think what we have started continues, not only continues, but it continues at scale and with quality. So that means I need to have more leaders. So I'll say I'm successful when I see more capable leaders. And I think we're on the right track. I continuously work on bringing young leaders, making sure they are on the right path. So we'll see in the future, but my legacy will be really ensuring having the next leader stepping up, but doing even a better job. So that's something I want to leave.
This appreciation is not arose from my personal opinion only, though I am really a big fan of you. You are a very workaholic, enthusiastic, progressive, is dynamic. Even the government officials during their presence, when they appear there at Oromia Tourism Commission, they appreciate what has been done by your commission. Among others, on the opening session of the last exhibition on August 10. President Shimalis Abdisa has said Oromia Tourism Commission has done 20 years worth of work in just 2 years, right? Again, do you agree?
I mean, that is how the President Shimalis Abdisa, chose to state what he believed we have achieved. I mean, first, it's a very heartwarming compliment and encouragement for myself and for my team. We are very grateful. We accept that. But at the same time, I think it's the impression we have created. People have not known Oromia has all these resources. Oromia can be a very hot destination for tourism. Now I think we have shown its potential. That's why all the praise is coming. We're grateful, I accept it. But it's also a very big challenge for us going forward, because now expectation has increased, and the way we do and deliver our promises has to cope up with that as well. So it has to match that one. Okay. So I accept, but it gives me a little bit of alert to do even better.
All right. Okay, Google recently added a section on Oromia in its Google Art and Culture engine. Can you tell this to me as well and for the audience?
Yeah, thank you so much. I think this one is a milestone. It's a step in bringing Oromia to the global platform. You know, we're bringing Oromia to the spotlight. Um, I think we have to accept the fact that when you search or when you mention Oromia, and it's not always positive things that pop up in your search engine. It's either protests or some bad incidents. That's what comes on top of your search engine. Now, if you, for example, if you search Oromo culture, Oromo outfits or anything, it's only recently that we started to see some pictures and stories because of Recha becoming a very big festival. Other than that, it's very difficult to find anything on Oromo in Oromia. What we have managed to do is we have selected a category of area, especially on culture, food. This time around, it's only a pilot project. We'll be covering the whole region, different cultural zones in Oromia, and we will be covering food, art, culture, music, and so many other categories. For now, it's only a pilot project, but we did I think an amazing job. People can feel free to search it on Google Arts and Culture. Search Oromia, you will see in some of the cultural items, food items, and clothes with a very short description. That was difficult to find before. Now it's for free. It's accessible for anyone. So it's a milestone in bringing Oromia to the global audience for anyone searching anything on Ethiopia and Oromia. So I think it's a very big step, but we will be covering even more. If there are any very beautiful works of art, please send it to our office, take a picture, give us what it is about, and you will have a virtual museum, a virtual art corner on Google Arts and Culture in the future too.
All right. Your commission has done a very worthwhile works in promoting the tourism potential of the region. And among others, you personally promote tourism potential of Oromia through your personal Facebook account, and your commission also, use Visit Oromia Facebook page. Again, you publish a magazine entitled Visit Oromia. Another, by going a very further mile, you included the name Oromia Art and Culture on the Google engine. Among others, I need to discuss on Visit Oromia magazine. Can you tell us the frequency of publication and in what way do you make it mass reach as well? And can you tell us about the contents there as well?
Okay. Visit Oromia magazine is another milestone which we have launched during our Tourism and Technology Week at the Skylight Hotel from August 10 to 13. Now you can find it online. It's for free and it's accessible for anyone in the world, which means you don't have to have the hard copy to read. It's on website, it's on mobile application, which you can freely download and read our publications. We're a public organization. We don't operate for profit. So information should be accessible for anyone who wishes to find it. The magazine has a very interesting columns. It covers how we live with our other neighboring regions. For example, in this publication, it's a volume 3, we covered the city of Hawassa. It's bordering Oromia next to our city Shashamane. So Olla. It has a corner named Olla. Like how do we see our neighbors? What's their lifestyle? So we give it a cover. There is another interesting column in design. What is the philosophy, the understanding, the worldview behind our designs? Architecture. It could be architectural designs like houses, or it could be chairs. It could be food utensils or anything. So we also have dedicated a section on our designs. What are the concepts behind? Include, so it's very educational. Of course, we cover top tourism destinations, travel advices. For example, on the search, the one which we have launched on our mobile application, we have covered the Great Rift Valley. So we take some routes, we discuss them in detail, we give information for travelers or who are operating businesses. And it's a very beautiful work. We have outsourced its production to a very young and emerging business company called Outdoor Ethiopia. It's our youth, our heroes, and they have so many talents. If we give them opportunities, you will be amazed. So please, I invite you to read Visit Oromia magazine on mobile application, or Google it and you can download. Sorry, it will come out every quarter. Our intention is for that to come out every quarter. The next issue will be on Recha, and it will cover primarily the areas surrounding Finfinne and Bishoftu.
Early on, we have touched that thing related to this boosting the macroeconomic level of the country. Well, I mean, in any case, the ultimate goal of working on tourism is generating income through tourists or whatever, right? What is being seen there? Are you? I mean, actively working in letting tourists to visit those selected tourist destinations, and are you getting income in return? Is there a change since you have started?
Yeah, this is being primarily reported by Oromia Culture and Tourism Bureau. You know, we have Oromia Culture and Tourism Bureau, which has offices across major cities and zones in Oromia. So we have a very good number, a very encouraging number, both on travels, 7.4 million, if I'm not mistaken, tourists, primarily domestic tourists, and also billions of revenue. This has been officially reported by our Oromia Culture and Tourism Bureau. So this is regional portfolio, regional benefits, and we have contributed to the, of course, the economy of the country.